So good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's Judith. It's a 1 hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. So welcome. I think most of you are regulars. I don't think we have new people today, but in any event, I still have to say this. So we'll be using a mat. And if you don't have the yoga mat, you can substitute with a blanket, a folded blanket, maybe a beach towel on a carpeted surface. Don't attempt that on wood or tile because your joints will probably complain loudly if that's the case. So, and then yoga blocks. These are the styrofoam version. And if you don't have yoga blocks, you could substitute with a couple of canned goods of equal size and weight, perhaps. Maybe some padding would be nice to have around, small cushions from the sofa or the bed. This is a squishy mat. And then I have rolled up a towel and fixed it with rubber bands for my fake bolster. And then, of course, a yoga strap. So you could substitute the strap if you don't have one of these with a scarf, a dog leash, a belt, a bathrobe tie. Any of those, that's easy to substitute with what you might have at home. And then should you happen to have hand weights, you might want to have them available. This is a set of 1-pounders, but nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class, please. We don't want anyone getting overzealous and then getting hurt because I've done that. So don't do that. All right. So let's just start today with the feet about shoulder width apart. The toes can point out. We're going to do a gentle warm up with the hips here. So as you are aware, you're going to inhale forward and exhale, squeeze the navel to spine as you round in the back. And you're going to coordinate that with the breath. LSD breath, long, slow, and deep. Inhaling forward, squeezing the navel to the spine as you round in the back. A few more like this in this direction. And then corkscrewing back to center. Let's go ahead and swirl the hips in the opposite direction. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And just noticing, does this direction feel the same as the other one? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You're just taking a little mental inventory of what the body is saying, what the body is asking for. 2 more in this direction, squeezing, inhaling and squeezing, and then coming back to center, moving up to shoulders. We'll warm the shoulders by rolling them forward, up, back, and down. Coordinating that deep, full breath with the shoulder rolls. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go in the other direction, rolling the shoulders, big, full breaths. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then just shake those arms out. Let's take the feet directly under the hips. We'll do a little warming of the legs and the lower body. The toes are pointing forward and the feet will stay flat for this. So it's a little baby squat here. Knees track over toes. You're stretching out the Achilles tendon, the calves, straightening the legs. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pumps, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, re-straighten, very nice. If you want to be near your chair, I forgot to mention the chair. Yes, we're using a chair, maybe, sometimes standing, sometimes sitting. And this doesn't have arms, so preferably no arms and definitely no wheels on your chair, okay? So from here, I'm going to just use my chair for support, or you could have an available wall if you have one, or a piece of furniture that's not going to move. So I've dug the right heel into the mat. The toes are pointing up towards the sky, and we're just going to start tapping that right foot just up and down, forward. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep tapping, and now you're going to go side, front, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You can go at your own pace. 3, you don't have to go at my pace. 2, and 1. Very nice. And then placing that foot back to meet the left, and you're just going to wiggle the ankles and the feet a bit. Now let's plant the left heel, the toes pointing up to sky. Start tapping forward with the foot. Stretching the foot up as far as it's willing to go, but not forcing or jamming. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to keep going, except it's going to be side, front for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly bringing it to stillness. Left foot meets the right. Let's shake out the legs, both feet and legs. Shake out the arms, getting back to a little bit more of a neutral stance. Let's take that left foot forward again, planting the heel. The toes point up to sky. The left arm will rise up. Inhale up, and then bow and maybe touch your toe as you lower down. Inhale up. Exhale forward. A little balance challenge here for 8, or as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. That arm can float down, and whatever's being offered doesn't work for your body, I have to modify on this side. So you can modify, you could do another posture, or you could skip it altogether, okay? So now I've gone to the other side, and I'm planting the right heel, the toes point at an angle as far as they're willing to go. Right arm comes up, inhale up. Exhale, touch the foot or the toes or whatever you can touch. Inhale and exhale for 8, or as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly that arm comes down, very resisting the gravity. Just don't let it flop down if you can avoid it. Now let's take the feet wide. The toes can point out 30 to 45. Hands rest on hip crease or waist. And it's always knees track over toes. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Re-straighten. Now arms extend out, halfway down with a flat back. So imagine there's a strap around your hips pulling you to the wall behind. The back is flat, crown of head lining up with tailbone for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's go into a forward fold here, a wide leg forward fold. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Maybe some Mr. Ed lips. Wonderful. And breathing. And maybe you want to start swaying a bit, bending the knees softly side to side, or not. And maybe the hands want to meet. Maybe you want to swing those straight arms, giving a little bit of a sway, stretching out that low back area. Squeeze the abdominals here to protect the low back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Let's take the fingers to the mat. If the fingers don't reach the mat, this is where a block would come in handy. You can use a low blocker on any setting to bring the floor closer to you, so you can choose. So I'm going to just take the arms here like little windmills. So touching opposite toes with opposite hands, keeping the back flat as you move from side to side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nice. And then coming back to center, let's slowly place hands on thighs, keeping the back flat, rising up, squeezing those abs as you rise, rolling the shoulders. Oof, oof. Recovering a bit here from being upside down. And now we're going to heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. I have to get some water, sorry. There we go. So now if you happen to have weights, you might want to grab weights. And if you don't have any or don't wish to use any, a soft fist is fine, okay? So let's start with no weight, 1 weight or 2 weights in your right hand, maybe tucking that left arm behind you, just working on biceps. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then halfway down, so the forearm is parallel to the earth now. Little pumps with that right forearm. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Don't just let it flop. Moving to the left, no weight, 1 weight or 2 weights in the left hand. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, don't rush it, 6, use momentum. Not sorry, don't use momentum, use the muscle. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the forearm is parallel to the earth. Little pumps with the forearm, little tiny pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly unwind. No worries there, just shake out the arm. Now no weight, 1 weight or 2, no weight or 1 weight in each hand. Palms face the midline. Now we're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up. Little pumps here. Palms can face the earth. See if you can drop the shoulders away from the ears. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down slowly, 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 resisting the gravity. Maybe give it a shake or 2. I'm going to face my chair seat now. Or you could do it by pressing your hands on your thighs. Either way is fine. So I won't mirror you for this. Left hand is on the chair seat. And then you've got the right arm bent. And so that elbow is sort of a fixed point. The palms face the midline when you start. Inhale, exhale, And then you supinate the palm to face the sky. And then you bring the arm back in, inhaling and exhaling for 8, 7, don't let the head dangle, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the arm extended on 1, lift it higher than the bum here, and you're going to pump the palm up towards the sky. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release, again resisting the gravity. And now we'll move to the other side. So, no weight, 1 weight, or 2 weights in your left hand. Right hand palm faces the chair seat. The left elbow is sort of a fixed point here. You're going to start with the palm facing the midline. Inhale, exhale, the palm supinates up so it faces the sky. Inhaling and exhaling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the arm straight up. See if you can lift it higher than the bum. The palms face the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release it, resisting. And then coming up to roll the shoulders. Sighing, moaning, and groaning is fine. And now let's move the chair off to one side. And the weights can go off to one side. Let's go ahead and come to the one of the narrow ends of your mat. And we're going to take a giant step forward with the right foot. I'm not mirroring you for this. But now the hips have to be squared to that short end of the mat. So both sets of toes point forward. And the legs are wide enough so you feel stable. All right. So lifting the back left heel, inhale, lift, exhale, press. Lifting and pressing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Relifting the back heel. Both legs bend now. Torso stays upright. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretching the legs straight for 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up. Maybe one arm wants to rise up. Maybe the second arm wants to rise up. So we're now in warrior 1. You're going to bend that right knee. It stacks over the right heel for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. One arm stretches back. Inhale, exhale. Other arm. Inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then the arms can float down. Let's take that back heel down. That back foot can turn out maybe 10 degrees. Your hips are still square to the front of your space. Right arm comes forward. Left arm comes behind. See if you can get the whole body into the same plane, as though the body is between 2 panes of glass, for example. So this is warrior 2. We're going to go forward a little bit, come back to center, go back a little bit, forward and back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to neutral in the center, right forearm to right thigh, top left arm goes over to the side wall, And the top ribs are spinning open to the sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the arms windmill so that the back hand slides down the back of the thigh. So it's a dancing warrior here, forward, and then take it back. Right forearm rests on right thigh. Left hand slides down the back of the left leg for 4, 3, 2, don't rush it, and 1. Very nice. Arms return to warrior 2. Both sets of toes now point to that long end of the mat. Inhale, exhale, going all the way down. Let's shake the head yes, shake the head no. Left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Right arm stretches up to sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Circles with the top straight arm. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down. Very nice. Let's go over to the other side. Right hand grabs outside of left ankle. Right hand grabs outside of left ankle. Left arm floats up to sky, or it could rest on sacrum if that doesn't work. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Little circles with the top arm. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down, coming back to center. One more time. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Maybe little horse lips. Loosen the facial muscles a bit for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Hands rest on thighs. Back is flat. Floating the torso upright, taking your time, avoiding the head rush, rolling the shoulders. Heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. And then just shake everything out, turning back to a more neutral feel. We'll do the other side now. So coming to that narrow end of your mat, a giant step forward with the left foot. I'm not mirroring you. Both sets of toes point forward. The hips are squared to that short end of the mat. Lifting the back right heel. Inhale, lift, exhale, press. Inhale, lift, exhale, press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. We lift the back right heel. Both legs are going to bend and then straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-straighten. Back foot now can turn out maybe 10 degrees for more stability. Hips are still square to that short end of the mat. Left arm comes forward. Right arm goes back. See if you can get the entire body in the same plane as though you're pressed between 2 panes of glass. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Sliding forward, back to center, sliding back to center, forward and back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Now, left forearm to left thigh, right arm overhead, stretching to side wall. I'm modifying. It should be by the ear for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into a dancing warrior. Back hand slides down back thigh. Left arm hits the front thigh, left thigh. Moving forward and back at your own pace, your own rhythm. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Nice. And then slowly coming back to your warrior 2. Both at the toes now face that long end of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, going down with a flat back. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Heel toe the feet together. Stay in your forward fold or step the feet together. The feet are directly under the hips now. The toes point forward. If it's available, grab opposite elbows behind the backs of the thighs. We're going to inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. So the arms are drawing you closer to the tops of the thighs. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then releasing the elbows, shaking everything out, and then maybe taking the hands to the back here by the back part of the hips. Elbows point to sky. And you're going to rise up slowly. Don't rush it. We don't want any fainting or passing out. And then rolling the shoulders when you get to the top. Very nice. So now I'm going to move the chair off to one side. If you need assistance to get onto the earth very quickly, grab sides of chair seat. Most of the weight will be in the arms. One knee floats to the earth. Second knee joins it. You're on the earth. To get back up, same idea. If you need to assist a leg coming forward, assist the leg. Tuck those back toes. Most of the weight will go in the arms. Inhale, lift up, bum with bum, up in the air, foot under the seat, second foot under the seat, and then slowly rising up, using the back of the chair to assist. So if you have anxiety about getting on the earth, hopefully that will help. And then if you have blocks, let's place them at the narrow end of the mat, and then have your props handy so that they're available should you need to use them. And maybe grab a drink of water. We're going down onto the earth now. So you're facing that narrow end of the mat. Whew. Let's do some big swan dives. Inhale, exhale. Come right back up. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, lifting and stretching, lifting and staying down now. Fingers should reach the mat. If not, they can go to blocks. Here you can let the head hang, and you're going to micro bend the knees left and right. The feet are under the hips, the toes point forward. We're stretching out that low back area, the sacrum area. That gets nice and tight from too much sitting and driving and shopping carts, etc. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Hands come to mat or blocks. Stepping back into downward facing dog. So the body's in a triangle shape. You might want to bicycle pedal the heels. You're trying to press the chest close to the tops of the thighs. You're wagging your dog tail. And if you feel like barking, go right ahead. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come to stillness. Left foot comes in center of mat. Float right leg up into the air. 3-legged dog. Maybe little pumps with the standing leg. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot floats down. Right foot is now in the center of the mat. Left leg comes up. 3-legged dog. Maybe little pumps with the standing leg. For 4, 3, 2, 1, left foot floats down, and now knees float down to the mat. Ooh, big toes together, knees wide apart, and you press into child pose once you're on the mat. This is where I tuck my rolled towel behind my knees. It creates more space, getting the bum closer to the heels, pressing into your best version of child's pose. The forehead should rest on the mat. If it doesn't get to the mat, stacked palms, resting the forehead there, or stacked fists, resting the head there. Or if you have a low block, resting the head there. Arms could stretch forward in front of the body, or arms could rest beside the legs. You can choose. And then once you've organized your best version of child's pose, maybe it's a static press, but maybe it's little micro movements side to side. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then slowly, let's come halfway out of child's pose. And we're going to tuck the top of the right foot into the arch of the left foot. And then we're going to press back into child's pose, smushing that bottom left foot. Oh. Meanwhile, the arms and the hands go on the earth to the left. The right hip presses away 45 degrees on the diagonal, thereby giving you a huge stretch on the right side of the body. For 4, 3, 2, 1, coming back to center. Coming halfway out of your child's pose, reversing the feet. Top of the left foot nestles into arch of the right foot, pressing back into child's pose, smushing the bottom right foot. In the meantime, the hands and the arms go on the right, on the earth. The left hip presses away 45 degrees on the diagonal. And maybe it's a static press, but maybe it's little micro movements. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center. Pressing up all the way up out of your child's pose, unwinding the feet. Here you might want to add extra padding for your knees to keep your knees in a good mood. And then you can either use low blocks or hands on the mat. We're going to come into neutral table, hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. Do not let the head dangle. And we'll do a series of cat-cow. If you have pain in your hands and wrists, the hands could come slightly farther forward. So we're going to drop the belly, spread the sits bones wide, and then exhale, squeezing navel to spine as you arch up like a Halloween cat. So while we do these cat-cow movements, focus your attention on the spine and all the spongy discs between the vertebra, all the vertebra. Big full breaths. So we're creating as much flexibility in the spine as we can. Let's do a few more just like this. And then come back to neutral. Let's start pounding the tops of the feet. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet come to stillness. And now we're going to go into either a modified plank, or if you're up for a full plank, go for a full plank. Crown of head lines up with tailbones. And then you're lifting through the arms, creating strength in the upper body for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back, and then maybe come up and shake out those wrists. Yeah, let's just shake out the wrists and rub the wrists maybe. And then I'm going to turn to face you, but I'm still using my mat, my extra padding. And what's going to happen here, if that's available, if this isn't working, you can sit in a chair, I suppose, because, you know, if you've had knee replacements, it might be difficult, but I want to offer it anyway, just so that you have it, you know it. So I'm taking not just one block, but 2 blocks between the 2 lower legs. And I'm going to sit back onto my little bench, my block bench. And then you're going to, the idea is to get the knees together. And if that's not available, just do the best that you can, obviously. So from here, let's just go ahead and float the arms up. Inhale up. Exhale, press the air down by the side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale, press. 2 more. Lifting and pressing. Last one. Lifting and pressing. And now for here, let's grab opposite elbows behind the body as best you can. We're going to drop right ear to right shoulder. Come back to center. Drop left ear to left shoulder. Moving side to side. And noticing range of motion on either side. Is it the same on the right as it is on the left? Maybe, maybe not. And here again, no self-judgment, no competition. You are just noticing what the body is willing to do. Let's come back to center. Let's turn the face to the right. Noticing range of motion, coming back to center, turning face and neck to the left. Is it the same on the right as it is on the left? Big full breaths, sitting tall as best you can, breathing, nice and gentle. Let's go back to center. Just slightly tilt the head back, not too much. And with the nose, draw the letter O in the air right in front of you. So we're just getting some motion in the neck muscles here. Tendons. Oh. And the neck is another place where we get lots of tension. And then coming back to neutral, let's circle with our nose in the other direction. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center, to neutral. Unwind the arms from behind you. Shake out the arms. Oh. Let's take the right arm and pin it in front of the chest. Now try not to torque off to one side here. So you're busy facing the front of your space or your screen. Left forearm pinning right straight arm into chest for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Staying right here. Rebend the inside elbow. Maybe the backs of the hands come together. Maybe they don't. Little tiny pumps up with the arms. Don't make this big. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind slowly, slowly. No rushing. And then shake out the arms. However, whatever feels good. I feel like I get a little chicken flapping here. I should start clucking. Let's do the straight arm of the left. The right forearm presses it into the chest. Try not to torque off to one side. This way might feel totally different than the other way. You're just noticing. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms stay the same. Inside elbow bends. Maybe the backs of the hands meet. Maybe they don't. Mine is wildly different on this side. Little pumps up to the sky. Very small. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind it all slowly. Yes. It's okay to say ow. And just shake out the arms. Now let's interlace the fingers behind the back of the body. If the hands don't meet, this is where a strap would come in handy. You could work the hands together over time if they don't want to meet today. Or if that doesn't work, you could just have the palms face the midline and just do the best you can without the palms meeting. So for this one, we're going to tuck the chin, and we're going to come forward, and we're going to go into the great wheel of yoga mudra. So you're going to either plant the forehead or the crown of the head into the mat as you draw the arms over the head. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly returning to your perch on your blocks or whatever you're sitting on. And slowly rising up, very slowly to avoid the head rush. Hands can rest on thighs. And here, just letting the eyes drop closed and noticing where the energy has shifted in the body. Heart beating, blood flowing, chi moving throughout the system. Big life force there going on. Deep, full breaths. Inhale. And exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And then just staying right here. Maybe you want to drop the eyes closed. Maybe it's just a soft gaze on the earth. But then noticing your life force energy from the front of your body, pushing forward all the way to the horizon. And then noticing energy from the back body, emanating all the way to the horizon behind you. Noticing on the right, your life energy, pushing all that energy out towards the horizon. And then noticing life energy on the left and extending it all the way out to the horizon. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then as you're ready, letting the breath return to normal, you might want to lift away, move your block or your perch away, whatever it is you were sitting on, and then finding your way to sitting on your mat, or maybe you want to fold a blanket or towel to lift the hips up a little bit more or not. So let's go ahead and let's take the soles of the feet together, like the soles are kissing, and then the legs are long in a diamond shape, all right? So it's inhale up, exhale, stretch the hands as far as they're willing to go, and then come back on up. Inhale up, exhale, stretch it over. This next time, inhale up, exhale over. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming back to neutral now. Let's draw the feet and the legs closer to the body. Coming now into a full-blown bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. It's nice to just tuck the elbows into the soft part of the thigh. And the challenge is to sit tall for this. And you're breathing. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Nice. And then coming back to center, closing the legs together. Now let's face that short end of the mat. And if you want to use weights, have them handy. So knees are bent, feet and legs in parallel. Inhale forward, exhale, squeezing it back, navel to spine. Inhale forward, exhale back and squeeze. And then inhale forward, rolling it all the way down, vertebra by vertebra, drawing the bent knees into the chest. Maybe rocking side to side might feel delicious or not. You can choose. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to center. Let's drop the right foot down to earth. I'm not mirroring you, okay? I've got the left thigh drawing it into my chest. Let's extend the right leg long, and you're going to flex the right foot. From here, you're going to lift that right leg up, and you're not going to let it land. If you want more challenge, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. You could support the head with the hand. We're going to pump the right straight leg up to the sky. Little pumps. 8, squeeze the abs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Head, neck, and shoulders come down, leg comes down. Left foot hits the earth. Now you're drawing the right thigh into the chest. Now extend the left leg and flex the left foot. The left foot stays flexed throughout. If you want more challenge, you're going to lift head, neck, and shoulders. You're going to pump the left straight leg, little tiny pumps. For 8, squeeze the abs. 7, 6, 5, don't yank the back of the neck. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Head, neck, and shoulders come down, leg comes down. Both knees again draw into the chest. Let's just rock it side to side. From here, legs come back to stillness in the center. Extend the legs long. The inside edges of the legs and the feet are together. Arms are in T position. Drop the legs off to the left, but don't let them collapse. So you're squeezing those abs. You're also using your arms for leverage. Bring it back to center. Drop it off to the right. So finding your optimum range on the left and on the right. It may not be the same on the left or the right. Working on some transverse abdominals here. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center. Let's go ahead and drop the legs back down. Feet come to mat width apart. Knees are still bent. And let's micro bend, or rather windshield wiper the knees side to side. And this will massage the lower part of the body, the back body. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then back to neutral. The feet and legs are back in parallel. If you want to add weights here, here's an opportunity to add weights. Or not. It could be a soft fist, palms face the midline. Open the arms like you're embracing a tree trunk, or our friend the barrel. We're going to open, inhale, open, exhale, close and squeeze right over the chest. Inhale, open, exhale, close and squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then the arms go straight. Arms can come down. You might want to use no weight, 1 weight, or 2 weights for this next bit. I'm reducing down to 1. Arms are straight. You're going to drop the arms over the head. Maybe they get to the earth. Maybe they don't. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Very nice. And then arms come down, lose any weights if you were using them. Again, one more time, let's draw the knees into the chest. And if you have a strap here, grab your strap. If you don't have a strap, just grab the backs of the thighs or maybe the calves, but never the knee joint, all right? So let's go ahead and loop the strap around both feet, the balls of both feet, even out the ends of the strap. The legs are going to stay in parallel here. So inhale, bend both knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend both knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We straighten the legs. Now stretch the legs apart in a big wide V. And now we're going to rock side to side. Again, massaging the whole back body from tailbone to the back of the crown of the skull. Nice and easy. This is very self-soothing, very hypnotic. Breathing out all the stress from the week here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then coming back to center, drawing the legs together. The strap can go away. Draw the knees into the chest, massage the low back. And then the feet are going to come back down to earth. Let's extend the left leg long and straight on the mat. If you want to add a weight here, you can, just in the hip crease, the left hip crease. Right ankle crosses over top of left thigh. Now here you might want to add a block to rest that bent knee on. And you might want to add a weight to the right hip crease. This may be too extreme, just modify as you need. If you want more than this, that right bent knee, you're going to take the right ankle, slip it underneath the back of the left thigh, and then drop the right bent knee off to the right. So it's a little bit more extreme. Just be sensible and follow what the body is saying. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights come off the hip creases. Unwind the right foot. Rebend both knees. Straighten the right leg. Flex the right foot. The left ankle crosses on top of the right thigh. Maybe you want to add a weight to the left hip crease. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to add a block underneath that left bent knee. Maybe you don't. You can choose. Just figuring it out. And then you might want to add the other weight. If I can find it. Here we go. Onto the other hip crease or not. Now, if this is plenty, stay right there. If you'd like a more challenge, the left ankle slips underneath the back of the right thigh, and then the left knee drops off to the left, and maybe you want to prop it then. So now we're stretching out those hip creases for 4, 3, 2, 1. Remove any weights that you were using. Flipping the left ankle away. The legs go straight. Maybe you want to take those knees into the chest one more time. And then extend the legs back out onto the mat. Arms and legs at 30 to 45 degrees. Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose, our favorite. And if you want to put something under the knees to protect the low back, that's an option. If flat on the back doesn't work, return to feet mat width apart, knees not together like a tent, restorative rest. If on the back is not impossible, roll onto one side, stack hips and legs. Maybe rest your head on the upper arm or maybe rest it on a block. Or if you have an available wall, legs up the wall, or you could sit in a chair, feet flat, palms resting on the thighs. And you might want to have the palms face down for stability and grounding, or the palms could face up for receiving. So you can choose what works for you. Once you get organized, you might want to add socks or a sweatshirt or a blanket, or not, and just allow the eyes to drop closed. Approaching our friend the hot tub. So deep relaxation forming in the feet. Placing your feet in that delicious warm water. And then that moves into the ankles and the low legs. And then it moves into the knees, permeating the complex structure of the knees. And then it moves into the thighs, legs and feet becoming very, very heavy. And the softness moves into the pelvis, the hips, the buttocks, the low back releases. And from there, it moves into the belly and the waist and the torso, enveloping the ribs, heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, pancreas, spleen, colon, stomach. All those vital organs marinating in this delicious relaxation. It moves up the chest into the shoulders, moves down both arms all the way to the fingertips. And then it moves into the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart, eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And here's a short quote from Pema Chodron from Welcoming the Unwelcome, her book. If our aim is to wake up for the benefit of ourselves and other living beings, then it's necessary for us to change. These challenging times give us the greatest opportunity for change. Every time we catch ourselves going down the rut of a habitual reaction, we have a chance to interrupt the momentum and discover a whole new direction and depth to our lives. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring gentle movement to fingers and toes, arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.